Hello, how are we doing? So this video is about environments, and it's one of the things that uh, through my experience and through my need to sort of get my mindset healing and everything else to get my life back on track. It's one of the things that I've found that can make the biggest or one of the biggest differences to how I feel, how I perform, and and ultimately my productivity, and that's my environment. So what I want to talk to you about today is about, what sort of environments do you have around me? Now, there's many different things that when we talk about environments, I will sort of touch on in this quick video. Is number one, we have our internal environments. Is our internal environment, our mindset, is it fixed or growth? Is it a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Is it wanting to develop, or is it just going kind of like happy with mundane mediocrity and it doesn't want to move forward? Generally, if you're watching this video, I would think it's wanting to move forward. But we have this environment within ourselves that is either positive and moves us forward, or it holds us back. And sometimes it's like a tug of war. We need to constantly challenge that. And when we look at this, is one of the things we need to take into effect, and what we need to learn is we need to learn the strategies and the tools to help create that positive environment within ourselves. Now, of course, we have different environments within ourselves. We have our mental environment, which is the things that we say to ourselves, and do we motivate ourselves or hold ourselves back? Are our thoughts predominantly fear and we're sort of frozen? Or are they sort of full of empowerment and say, come on, let's go, upbeat, and those sort of things? Now, they can change. So for example, I went through clinical depression, I went through high levels of anxiety, and now I am far more positive in my day-to-day actions. I have more energy in when I express myself. I am able to do that, but that comes from taking your time out. And, just like you go to the gym and work on your muscles, which is another environment, you need to do that with your head as well and your mind as well. So it's, for a lot of people will go and focus on their physical health, but they're not working on their mental fitness as well. And that's a really important environment if you're wanting to create success, happiness, and fulfillment in your life. Briefly, we've gone into the sort of the physical environment, something I'm working on at the minute, because that's an important part. It controls our energy and those sort of things, and our whole well-being is very much interfaced with this body, mind, soul connection. So it's making sure that those environments are good. Then we have the exterior environment. So the exterior environments could be the people around us. Now, I've done a couple of videos on making sure you're surrounding yourself with positive people, because being around negative people, that environment will suck the positivity out of you. It'll not make you feel good. You'll hold yourself back, or they will hold you back, and you are not moving in the right direction. So there's that part. Then we've got other parts. So it's making sure we've got positive people around us in order to move us forward. Then also what we've got our working environment. And I found this quite interesting, because depending on what I am doing, and this doesn't work for everyone, this is just me, I have worked out what works best for me in certain things. I love people watching. It's something that I guess it's just part of my job. I love to sort of people watch, and to help me write, I choose to go to places like cafes or the coffee shops, those sort of places where I can just sit, watch people, get ideas from what's going on, and I can write. And the noise is kind of like white noise. It's not focus, it's just general bustle that's going on. And I find that really helps me with my writing. But when I obviously need to focus and need to do strategic things, I come to the office. For me, I want big bright color. So that's for me to create my environment. But let's say, for example, the thing for me is what I learned is that when we are looking at our external environment, we want to make sure that in our environment around us, there are things that are helping us create that good mindset, that feel good feeling. And there's many different ways of doing that. You've got color, so it's adding bright colors. I like bright colors, so my notebooks and stuff are bright colors. That's just for me, and it's really beneficial. There's scents, I'm a bit weird. One of the scents that make me, well, you've probably figured that out actually. One of the senses that really helps me relax is TCP. It's an antiseptic, because it reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to hug my granddad, and that he, for some reason, used to wash his face in TCP. That's what reminds me. Olbasol relaxes me. Again, most people use that for colds, but for me, I have this mental picture of it clearing away blockages and everything else because of the way the vapors work. That's for me. Lemon scent just makes me feel absolutely happy. Reminds me of going to my grandfather's sweet factory and smelling the lemon essences that used to be around the factory. All of them have really strong ties to me that remind me that that's really important. There are certain, my journal has to be a certain thing for my environment, so it has to be a certain way. I don't just want a ring flip binder because it's important to me. So in my environment, that's what I want to create. And it's really important to just create that environment that best benefits you. So for example, when I work on my big goals, my huge things, I don't want to just do it in my office. I want to go somewhere where it really means something to me. Now, this is just something I do, but I go up to this great beach with this huge castle on the beach. It's a place called Bamborough, and I love writing my goals and working on my vision out there. There's quite often at the minute when I'm having meetings with specific people, we don't just have it in the traditional sort of the meeting room. We plan a half day out, a day out, where we go out into the Yorkshire Dales and we go for a walk, and we're in a completely different environment, and they're all the things that I choose to do because it helps me and benefits me. What type of environments benefit you? Do you find it really hard when the kids are off, which they're off at the minute? I really do struggle sometimes because I want to be with them. So sometimes I've got to take myself out of this environment and I've got to go somewhere else just to be able to concentrate, because I actually find myself being pulled away wanting to see them rather than concentrating on what's important. So I have to purposefully do something. So I just wanted to do this video, talk about environments, ask you and challenge you is, what are your great environments? What are your mental environments like? Are they in a good place? Do you need to work on them? What about your physical? What's that like? And then look at all of the other environments that are going on in your life and just sort of give them a little rating and see what you can do to change them to make it better. Maybe to put more plants in your room and those sort of things. So take care. Have an amazing day. As usual, I wish you the greatest success, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey guys, thanks very much for watching this video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then please come over to YouTube, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated on when new videos are released. Take care, have an amazing day, and I wish you the greatest success.